How to get featured on TED Talks even if you give a TEDx talk. Just to make it clear, TED Talks and TEDx Talks are not the same thing. TED Talks are presented at the main TED conferences with speakers who are often already well known or have groundbreaking ideas. TEDx conferences, on the other hand, are independently organized events that follow the TED format. Many people who want to give a TED Talk actually think about local TEDx events. There are plenty of TEDx talks that have gone viral and even been featured on the official TED website. Keep watching, as soon I'll give you a couple examples of well-known speeches that originally were TEDx talks, but then they get featured on TED Talks and now everyone considers them as TED Talks. So, how to get featured on TED Talks? Well, nowadays, the majority of the TEDx talks are published on TED.com website. When the TEDx talks were originally started, only selected TEDx talks could be published and featured at the TED.com site. Several years ago, this rule was changed and now almost every talk is published on the official TED.com website. But there is a difference between getting published on a website and being featured by the TED team. If your TEDx talk is published on the TED.com website, then you may get a little more attention to it, but it's completely different from when you get featured on TED Talks. The TEDx talks that have been featured on TED Talks have a special note under the video. This means that this TEDx talk was selected by TED curators to get featured on TED Talks. It is now in a TED Talks library, can be considered as a TED Talk, and what's more important, when a TEDx talk gets featured as a TED Talk, it gets a special promotion from a TED team, like if it would be a real TED Talk. So here are two examples of the TEDx talks that got promoted to TED and became super popular. Take Brené Brown, for example. She gave a TEDx talk, The Power of Vulnerability. Her talk was so impactful that it caught the attention of TED curators, and a TED team featured her talk on TED Talks. Now, she is a well-known speaker. At that time, only selected featured TEDx talks could get on a TED.com website. Another great example is Simon Sinek. His TEDx talk on Start With Why became a massive hit and also got featured on TED Talks. It was also named How Great Leaders Inspire Actions. So there was a confusion between the name of his talk and the concept that he presented. It helped him to promote his idea and get more attention to his best-selling book, Start With Why, How Great Leaders Inspire Everyone to Take Action. His idea was simple but powerful, and it resonated with millions of people. Let me know in the comments below if you knew that those two TED Talks were originally TEDx Talks, or if you just discovered it in this video. TED Talk curators are always looking for outstanding TEDx talks to feature on TED.com and promote through social media. To increase your chances of getting featured by TED, it's essential to strive for the TED level of quality in your speech. Your preparation and content are crucial factors in catching the attention of TED curators. When you prepare your TEDx talk, watch as many TED and TEDx talks as you can. Take notes on what works and what doesn't. Pay attention to the structure, the delivery, and the storytelling techniques used by the best speakers. TED curators are interested in engaging and charismatic speakers who present fresh ideas supported by compelling evidence that can resonate with a diverse global audience. By the way, if you need some help in planning your speech and getting accepted to give a TEDx talk, check out this guide on how to become a TEDx speaker. You can download it for free. I'll leave a link to it in the description below. I'll also send you some more tips later on how to give a TEDx talk, so make sure to get a guide. Remember, being featured by TED means your video will reach a worldwide audience, so it's important to make your talk impactful and relevant. The next thing is your video needs to be filmed from 3 angles. It's not a requirement, but a recommendation from a TED team to enhance the visual quality of your presentation. Additionally, make sure your audio quality is excellent. If it's hard to hear you, then they won't consider your talk. Now, if your TEDx talk is great, has a high quality video and audio, and was picked by TED Talk curators, your talk will be shown to a broader editorial review board and members from both the TED and TEDx teams. If your talk is chosen to get featured on TED Talks, the TED curators will ask your TEDx events organizers for the unedited footage from your TEDx event for their expert editing process. This guarantees that the selected talks will meet the high expectations established by the TED conference and have the potential to connect with an international audience on TED.com. And if you want to get more tips on how to give a TEDx talk, then watch this video next.